that's a pity. I've lost all the gears. First mechanical breakdown, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, let's go and have a look. I don't know why, but it just started to play up, and now it won't sit in any of the gears. Really strange. But we'll have a look, see what I can see. No, I'm still having problems. I can't get the gears. It's strange. I've done a bit of an adjustment on here, and I'm going to leave the side cover off to see if I can adjust it as I go along. It seems a bit better. It just doesn't seem to. It skips out a gear. It won't locate. Well, I think I found what it was. I'm just going to give it another try. The quick release mechanism that holds the whole gear pack and everything in seems to have moved down a bit, so I've got the whole thing and loosened it off and pulled it back up and tightened it again, and there was some slack there, so I've tightened it up a little bit. We'll see what happens. Well, it seemed to do the trick, and then it went again, so I'm really not sure what's going on here. That one's okay. It's definitely something going on around here. It just jumps out of gear, won't stay in gear, just like it just gravels, you know, won't engage. Strange. Very strange. There's nothing loose here, so other than that was loose. Well, we'll give it another go, see what happens. No, lost it all again. Oh, God knows what I'm going to do to get home. I've got a funny feeling that this arm slipped up, because it seems to have, maybe when it came loose. See, I'm mucking around with things I don't really know anything about. I don't really want to start adjusting things and whatever, because I just don't know. I'll try one more thing, and then yes, it's going to be a long walk home, I think. Very strange. Like I say, I pushed this little Teflon sort of guider down, and it started to change gear. Okay, and I managed to get it home, but about a mile away it started doing it again. I lost all the gears and everything, so I really don't know what that is. I'm going to have to ask for advice, I think, but that's a shame. But I think it's only something small that we can sort out. It's just adjustment. Like I say, I'm not used to it, so it's all new to me, so I not particularly know what to do with it. If in doubt, ask. Well, I've tried different combinations, and it still won't stay in gear. It's really odd. It's a very simple mechanism, and I can't quite understand why it is it will not stay in gear. Unless this is, you know, this is right out. I don't know whether the cable slipped or something. Like I say, odd. Scratching my head, odd. Because that's very simple. But I don't have to learn this, because if I'm going to go any distance, I've got to understand it. So yeah, over to advice, please. Okay, questions. Should this Teflon, or whatever it's made out of, be sticking up in the air, fully up, or down? And it doesn't, it's quite tight, so I'll just put it up, see what it will do, and it seems to have quietened it off a bit, but like I say, I'm playing with something here that I don't really know. I'm going to give it a go with that anyway, and I've adjusted the tension on the wire. Question number 2: is that swinging arm, the actual derailleur itself, is it meant to move backwards and forwards like on a conventional bike? Because this one is solid. It's not moving at all. All it does is moves in and out. It moves in and out changing gear. It doesn't actually move like that. It's actually solid. So is that correct as well? Okay. I think I got it back in again. I sort of logically thought about it, and I think what I did was set it up this time on the largest gear wheel, because I don't think it actually moves backwards and forwards. So I set it up on that one, and it seems to have all gone back into place again. But why did it do it in the first place? That's what's worrying me. I'm going to give it another test ride. I won't go too far from home, and see how it goes. Hucky ducky, test ride number 2. I think I've got it back in. It seems to be behaving itself, but like I say, the question is why it did it in the first place, which is really odd. So anyway, I'm going to do a couple of miles around the houses and see what happens. Won't go too far away and see if it happens again. Okay, keep your fingers crossed. That's better. I've had one lock up, so I think and I'm missing a gear, but it's behaving quite nicely, and yeah, I think just wants letting out just a touch, half a turn, and see what that does. But we're getting there, Yeah, we got the gears in, just stopped and give it a little bit more of adjustment, and yeah, it's sweet now. So we got it back again. Again, no, I'm just question mark on why it did it in the first place. Just teething problems being new, you know what I mean. Excellent. Back on track again. I think I've done about 15 miles. Sweet as a nut. 2 adjustments. I think needs just a bit more. That's a shame. I've been sort of looking at some of the routes I do. Can't get through this one. So I hate these cycle ones. I can't see the point in them really. I can't see what they're trying to do. But such is life. The wonders of local council. But no, I'm well pleased with the Mango again. It's good to actually go through something like that, because then it teaches me to you know, handle it myself when I'm out on the road, because I'm, you know, going to do some mileage on this, so it makes sense that I can fix the damn thing if it goes wrong, you know. It's sort of, rather than sort of relying on other people to. But it's a very simple mechanism, so I still can't get around my head round what happened, because at the moment it's chunky, but it goes in each gear. It's not hesitating or anything, so it's sweet in its own way, I think. But yeah, just odd. But like I say, good learning curve, and it's going lovely now. Like I say, I've done about 15-20 miles now, so I'm just finally adjusting the actual cable at the back there on the derailleur, and it's nice to see how much there is for adjustment. You know, you can take it to the point where it's begin to complain, and then bring it back again and find that the other extreme of where it complains. That gives you some idea of where to centre it then, and that's what I've been doing at the moment, and I've pretty much well got it. I think just wants letting out maybe just a wee bit more. I've had to have a stop for a rest. I'm knackered. I'm still amazed at the actual reaction from people. The annoying bit though is when they try and talk to you while you're driving along, and you think, well, I'm not going to hold a conversation with you while I'm doing sort of 20, 25, 30 mile an hour, you know. So do me a favour. But Oh, it's good fun. You get to talk to lots of people. Yeah, well pleased with the bags. They're very handy. Mind you can keep a lot just on the floor. And I've got another shirt there, and you can put things on top of the shirt and it stays there, so it's sort of, you're not going to lose anything. It's not any holes, only where the footholes are there. But I must get another larger pair of mirrors. That's the next thing really. You have to have a look around and see what classy mirrors we can get. I did notice one they have on the Sport that's got like tubes on them, so you can actually mount lights. That could be handy for when I'm touring, sort of a spare pair of lights on the front, just in case the batteries go. But now the legs are good. I think I'd like to bring the pedals forward if they can, just a smidgen, but then again it might make me hit my heels more on the bottom. It's just I've got a fine line between hitting my heels on the bottom of the floor and in a comfortable position, but it's not a problem. It's just you just got to learn to keep them there really. Like I say, it's all a learning curve. I'm a little bit hesitant at speed, I must admit. It's I'm not used to the wind sort of buffeting you around like that. It's sort of, you slipstream, but at the same time it's a little bit twitchy, and I think it's safe, if you know what I mean. It must be, speeds that other people I've seen getting up to, but it's just I haven't got the confidence yet. It's a bit twitchy. I came down Hillingdon Hill, I think. Yeah, I was gaining on a motor, put it that way. It was just quite good fun. I'm knackered, but I don't want to go home. I'm enjoying myself too much. I want to make the most of this sunshine, you know what I mean? I'll see if I can do another couple of miles, and then I might slowly make my way home. I made a promise to the trike that I'd fix it tonight. Yeah, sulk if I don't do its ball joints. I'm still trying to get myself relaxed. I'm still quite tense, and I haven't quite worked out the width of it yet. I got the length because it's about the same with the fairing on the trike, so I've got the length of it. It's just the width of it I'm unsure of, and I'm also a little bit paranoid about hitting a curb with it, straight grazing the side. But we're getting there. Oh, well pleased. It's nice to have today out on it. I must fix the trikes tomorrow though. Otherwise I'm not going to have a spare bike to go on. A lot of these so-called cycleways brought it home to me really in this. There's a lot of cycleways I'm not going to be able to use just because of the turning circles and the gaps they leave for you to go through. So that's going to be fun. That's not a great problem though. It's a nice evening. Glad I sussed the beers out, that's the nice thing. Well, that last little adjustment I made, smashing. That's brought it in completely now, not missing a gear, no hesitation. It's hitting the mark every time I change gear. So it's back to where it was when it came out of the box, which is very pleasing. I just have to keep my eye on the mechanisms, keep it oiled and cleaned and whatever. Trouble is, every time I stop, I have to have one of these long conversations on what it's called. Do you pedal it? Do you need a licence? Do the police pull you over? Not yet. I've been looked at by two lots of police, but I think they were on their own for tea or something. I didn't look all that interested. I suppose I'll get an efficient one day that'll want to have a look and check me. I don't mind if they pull me over just to have a look, have a chat. I don't really mind. You know what I mean? I'm up to talk to anybody, me. Also, like, getting used to it bit by bit. Still need bigger mirrors though. Definitely need bigger mirrors. Not really worked it out whether I'm sort of faster in this than I am on the trike. I got a suspicion that I am faster on this. And like I say, I'm used to the short cranks. It hasn't been a problem at all. Quite interesting really. I wouldn't go over to them on the other trikes, but I can see the wisdom of them on this, especially if I go touring in it. Well, that's strange. I just pulled up and a guy, I thought he was following me, followed me all the way home to ask me some questions about it. And it's been like that all day. I just stopped about half an hour ago because I was held up with traffic by some shops. And within a couple of minutes I had a crowd of people around me taking photographs and asking questions. It's quite, you can't be a wilting flower. I'm definitely one of these. It's as good as the tandem actually for ego trip. Yes, I've got to admit it's doing my ego the world of good. I don't think I've laughed so much to myself in ages, you know what I mean? Just people's reactions. You get a couple of dingbats, you know, shit out stupid things, but at least they're enjoying themselves in their sort of hazy, boozy sort of, you know, way, but bring a little bit of smile to their face. But yeah, a couple of little things. I've discovered a nut, or the nut's discovered me. It's the nut that goes on here. It just pinches my knee now and again. I'm going to have to get a little pad to put on it. It's me, because my leg wanders over to one side, and it just all depends how I'm sitting. Just digs it a little bit. So I have to watch that. But no, all in all, the gears are working perfectly again. Not to say they're crunchy, but I think that's just the way they are, and they're new and they're crisp. And the seat's worked out. The leg is fantastic. I've got no pains in my knees whatsoever, or my ankles. I'm bloody tired though, because I've been at it all day. I've got to have a day off tomorrow. And feet are feeling good. Only one little thing, the backs of my heels are actually hitting the inside on the floor. I could have done with them holes moved at least 2 inches further forward. It would have been alright then. I don't think I'll move the pedals back even if you can, because that would make it worse. In fact, I don't think it'd clear it'd get nearer and nearer the floor. So the only thing you'd do is move them forward, but then I'd have to move the seat further forward again, and I don't particularly want to do that. It's hard enough getting out now without that. Oh, like I say, when you're tired like now, Jesus, it's so hard to get out. It really is a task. Oh, you sort of sit here thinking, Jesus, how am I going to get out of this? It's, no, I'm enjoying myself. It's fantastic. I'm well pleased I got it. And I'll sleep well tonight. But going back to the gears again, I think I've said it before, but I'm pleased that there's something went wrong like that. I don't know what it was, just teething problems. It was nice to be able to sort of work on it to understand it. And I now understand it. It's a simple mechanism, but I understand now to set it up. So if anything ever goes wrong again, I know what I'm doing. Instead of panicking, oh God, I'm tired, I need a cup of tea. Alright, that's it. I'm going in now. Bye.